Hi everyone, I'm Deidra Newman and this is
Randy.
Newman, my husband, and we are coming to you tonight to record a video. We've had a number of requests that have asked us to record about each other because we've often talked about our life, and a lot of people want to know how we do it, how we are able to maintain a life with everything that we've got going on. A lot of you know that I have had quite a bout with my health and some other issues throughout my life, and Randy, of course, is quite sick, I guess, and he is maintaining just an amazing composure throughout all of it that he's been through. And so we want to talk a little bit about how we've been able to maintain that. And this is also leading into one of my courses that I'm going to be releasing very soon. Very, very, very soon. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to be releasing that soon. So, and yes, we are in t-shirts. We thought we might as well just welcome you into our home, and it's bedtime. So we're going to just be comfortable. And Randy does not feel well tonight, so we're going to just be comfortable and record this all natural.
Any of you that's had any issues with pancreas, you understand. So, little flare-up going, nothing big.
But we did promise that we would have this by tonight, so we are going to record it the way it is.
Right or wrong?
Right or wrong. So one of the questions that we were asked is, how are we able to get through life? And let me tell you that life has not always been wonderful. We have definitely had our ups and downs. We've been together off and on for 25 years.
Almost, I guess.
Almost 25 years. We're 6 months short of 25 years.
That's right.
And we've only been married 13 of those. And so that tells you a little bit. And our marriage has not been perfect of those 13 years. We have had a lot of ups and downs just during our marriage. We are definitely on and up right now. We're doing very well. Our health is not all, I'm doing very well. Randy is having a lot of issues with his health, even though he is in extreme pain, and his doctors actually don't have a lot that they can do for him. The way he's handling it is absolutely remarkable. I don't believe that he would be able to work a full-time job the way he does, or be able to maintain in the community the way he does. He is an absolute leader in his community, in our community, and he does an extreme amount of for others, and we'll talk more about that later, because of the man that he is. And I think that we'll talk about more about that later, but I think that is one of the ways that he is able to maintain his life, and the way that he's able to maintain his pain.
That's a way to get through it. I mean, you don't quit. You just continue to go. And one thing I've learned is, if you're not doing well, if you take that one step, the back foot will tend to follow it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can ever take that one step, whatever it is in life, I mean, whether it be you want to go back to school, whether it want to be whatever. I mean, just take the medical side and replace it with whatever. And take that first step.
Well, that is actually the first thing I have a kind of a little program that I've created, and it's for everything that every one of my courses, and it's a different program for each one of those, but it's actually called Life. And the first part of it is to live life. And it's there's steps under each one of these, but part of living life is, no matter what obstacle is thrown in your way, live through those obstacles.
Right.
And there's steps under that, of course. And each of the programs that I have, I will teach how to live life. And so the L part of life is to live, and it teaches you how to live through whatever you're going through. We have definitely had a lot of obstacles through our marriage, and I've been a major obstacle in our marriage. I have a pretty rough past, and I have used my past as a lot of excuse for a lot that I've done, a lot that I've been through, and no matter what, I have a lot of PTSD, and I have a lot of triggers that trigger that PTSD, and I didn't know how to deal with that, and I have found a lot of help and a lot of tools to deal with it, but I've also used my past as a lot of excuse after excuse after excuse as to why I can't do more, excuse as to why I'm a workaholic, excuse as to why I've done things that I've done. And for many, many, many years, I would not allow anyone to love me, including my husband. And it took a very, very, very long time to realize that I was putting my past in front of me being able to succeed in anything. And as soon as I would realize success, I would actually cut myself off from that success without even realizing it, and actually tumble into turmoil. And I actually did that with my marriage as well. And we almost divorced, actually. It was really bad, but he wouldn't let us. He actually killed that one too. He decided that we were going to make it no matter what. And he actually taught me how to love for the first time ever. And I'm going to, in my first course, go into depth about how it is that no matter what you think, you can love. And you can get past your past and allow yourself to stop re-victimizing yourself. It's not as hard as you think it is.
It's kind of cliche, but your past is just that. It's your past.
It is.
And it really has no effect on your future.
Right.
So, unless you allow it.
And you might think, well, what does she know? She lives the ultimate life, and that is absolutely not the truth. Many times he has come home and seen me rock in a closet. I mean, it's you would not even believe.
PTSD is very real for people that have never lived with it or with someone that has it. It's a very real illness or disease.
My children can tell you they've lived quite a life. And I've just now got to where I can walk outside at night, and I'm 45 years old. So it's been quite a life, and I have found tools that have allowed me to be able to live a normal life, and I am loving being able to live a normal life.
A lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work.
A lot of work, a lot of studying,
yes, and that brings me to two of the parts of life, and that's to the I, which is in improving yourself. And that is one, actually we said two of those. Improving yourself is improving yourself and others. And there are ways of improving yourself every single day, whether it's reading, exercise, improving your mind, body, and soul.
Meditation,
religion,
yoga, yes, anything. Your choice.
Right.
It's your choice.
Right.
Really.
So mind, body, and soul, that's one part of it. And that's reading. There's a bunch of ways, and that's a whole nother day. And then improving the lives of others. There is a whole other side of being able to help yourself through improving the lives of others, and that whether that's in the community, whether that's volunteering. One of the ways that we have bonded is through helping others. There is a whole other side of us coming together and loving each other through being able to help others. You'd be amazed. Now, one of the things that I can tell you is that you cannot help others. You cannot love anyone else until you learn to love yourself.
True.
Until you can find out who you are and you can help yourself, you're not going to be able to love anyone else. And that again is a whole nother day.
You can try, but it comes across as fake as it is.
Right.
Really, everybody sees through
that.
And
so that's part of the program that I will teach. And there's actually a number of programs, but step one is improving yourself to be able to love who you are, and then learning to love others. And every bit of every program that I have is building on relationships. Relationship with yourself, relationship with others, relationships with the people around you. And the F in life is forgiveness.
Huge.
It's huge. Forgiveness of yourself for what you've done. Forgiveness of the people that have done things to you. Now, you might say, well, I don't want to forgive that person because of what they've done. That's letting them off the hook. No. It's forgiving them so that you can move on with your life. Because when you move on with your life, you are rebuilding yourself for a much better life. Because whenever you can release yourself to be able to move on, you are going to live such a better life, you just won't even believe how much better your life gets.
You're really holding yourself hostage.
Right.
If you don't learn to forgive. And I mean, truly forgive. That doesn't mean you forget. That doesn't mean that you still don't think about it. But it does mean that you've truly forgiven that person. And there's techniques to
right.
learn.
And I'll discuss some of those techniques and help you realize how to move on. There is a way to do that is healthy, and there's a fulfillment and a transformation that goes on in your life that helps you build yourself into a person that is so much better than you were before. And it's just a transformation that you feel in yourself that makes you feel like you are successful, and you'll realize that you don't need any of that anymore in your life. It's an amazing feeling. And now, if it's someone that is around you on a regular basis, it is a little harder, but it's still something that can be done, and it's still an absolutely amazing feeling. Now, if it's a spouse, it still can be done, because there was a forgiveness that had to be done.
Absolutely.
And a trust that had to be rebuilt. But what happens is that when you get through that, it's a much greater you build such a greater impact in your life and a greater fulfillment once you're through that the bond is so much stronger there. Now, I'm not going to tell you it doesn't take time when there's forgiveness that has to be built within each other.
Right.
I can also tell you, though, that you have to forgive yourself sometimes. I'm not talking about if there's abuse. If there is abuse that you're forgiving, which I had to do as well, I had to forgive a long lifetime of abuse. That I didn't have to forgive myself for. I had to forgive myself for the things that I did because I was using my past as excuses. So if you can imagine, I had a turmoil of obstacles that I had to overcome in my past. So I have an entire lifetime of learning that I have built into stages and steps into a program that I'm teaching, and I'm so excited to be able to share this with everyone. And the last part of the life program is every day. Every single day, there is a part of your life that you can change and work on. Every day, you can love yourself, love those around you, and improve every part of who you are. You can start today and work on yourself.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
It's not an overnight
It's
deal.
not an overnight. Every day, wake up and thank God that you're alive. Every day, believe in what you're doing. Kiss your spouse before you go to bed. Don't let yourself down. Don't let your kids down. Don't let those, make sure that you realize what you're doing, reinforce your goals, and believe in who you are.
Absolutely.
It's an everyday thing. If you let yourself down today, pick yourself back up tomorrow.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
It's going to happen, actually.
It's going to happen. But if you let yourself down today and you say, well, I let myself down, so there's no sense in picking myself back up tomorrow, then you will continuously roll downhill.
Yeah.
But if you make a mistake, learn from that mistake and pick yourself back up. Because if you wait till tomorrow, then tomorrow is going to become another tomorrow. Yesterday, you said you were going to start today.
Days turn into weeks.
Days
weeks
turn into
months.
weeks. Exactly.
And time passes so fast.
It does.
It's
It
so
does.
fast.
Right.
Our daughter just celebrated, 25th
birthday?
Oh my gosh, where did the time go?
Right.
So it's such a important thing to do.
It is. So, anything else that you would like to add?
No, I'm along for the ride.
He's along for the what a ride. What a ride. So we'll come back at a later date and when he's feeling better.
Yeah, I'm usually a little more jokey and
He's usually
spunky.
a little more spunky, but he's not feeling well. But we promised that we would come on tonight and share some of our journey. And this is some of our journey.
This is a part of it.
This is a part of our journey.
We started not to do the video tonight, and then we were like, well, health and bad days are part of life, so let's do it. Let's go for it. Might not be 100%, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Bye, everybody.